Namaste, one and all. Welcome back to another English online session. I hope you all fine. Today, I am going to narrate the first part from the unit Reach for the Top. It is the life of Santosh Yadav. In the last class, I have just explained to you how Prashant helped his villagers to overcome this disaster. Here we are going to learn the achievement of Santosh Yadav. It's tremendous one and also inspiring effort and fighting the social dogmas and overcoming with a lot of willpower and determination. Let's see how she overcame these kind of dogmas in the society. Reach for the Top divides into two parts, where each part tells us about Santosh Yadav and Maria Sharapova, respectively. The first part begins with Santosh. This article was written when Santosh was the only woman in the whole world to have scaled the Mount Everest twice. It begins by telling that she was born in a society that considered girls to be a curse. We learn that Haryana is her birthplace and she defies the social norms to own herself. So we understood that still many villagers not welcoming the girl child, but they are preferring more to the boy child. She has changed such a mindset. She had to struggle a lot to reach the position she has reached. So when this article was written, she was the only person climbed Mount Everest. When this article was written, she is the only woman who climbed Mount Everest twice. This has come out of mere hard work and determination. She has defied all the social norms existed by the time. I have already told you that the people are not desire to have girl children by the time. They even consider it as a curse. From that society, she rised because of her desire to achieve something. Only her hard work and determination helped her to reach there. The saint was amazed to hear this and blessed her alternatively. The blessing turned into a reality as Santosh was born. She was the youngest child, a sister to five brothers. Santosh was born in a village named Joniavas in Rivari district of Haryana. Although Santosh's name means contentment, she was dissatisfied with the traditional way of life. From a young age, she started living life on her own terms. While other girls wore traditional Indian dresses like salwar, kameez, she preferred wearing shorts. Santosh recollects that from childhood she was determined to live life according to what she felt right for her. If she was right in her way, then others would have to change their way and not her. So these lines explaining that somehow that blessings became reality. They got a girl child to five brothers. She was the only girl child in the family, and she was born in Haryana. So, although her name means contentment and satisfaction and happy, but she was not satisfied with the traditional way of how treating the girl child in a family. She just shows her attitude. If she was right, she will do it. Then, if others have problem with that, they have to change, not herself. And she just wore modern dresses, not traditional kameez, salwar, such dresses. She would like to wear these modern dresses like shorts. She just wore it. She didn't mind the opinion of other people around her. Santosh's parents owned land and were wealthy. They could even afford the money to send their children to study in schools in Delhi, which was near their village. Still, due to the prevailing customs, they decided to send Santosh to a school in a village. Santosh decided that she had to take her own path when the right time come. At the age of 16, as most of the girls in her village were married off, she was also pressured by her parents. For her, getting married was nowhere in the list. She wanted to get proper education before getting married. Santosh left home and got admission in a school in Delhi. Her parents refused to fund her studies, and she gently replied that she would herself fund her studies by working part time. Upon seeing her determination, the parents softened their stand and agreed to pay for her education. So, here again, we can see the determined attitude of Santosh Yadav when her parents refused to send her a good school in Delhi. They sent her to the local village school. She decided to go to Delhi and continue her education. She even said them that she will earn money for her education. Then the determination of Santosh Yadav softened her parents, and they are convinced. They decided to pay for her education. Santosh wanted to be highly qualified, and her father accepted her wish. After passing high school, she joined to Maharani College at Jaipur and stayed at the Kasturbai hostel. The Aravalli hills were near the hostel. Often she saw villagers climbing the hills and disappearing behind it. She was curious to know what was beyond the hills, and one day she decided to find out. Santosh found a few mountaineers who allowed her to join them in their mountaineering expedition. Since then, Santosh progressed gradually to become an accomplished mountaineer. She saved money to get enrolled in a mountaineering course at the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering at Uttarakashi. Here we can see a turning point in her life. As per her wish, her father sent her for higher studies, and these Araval hills always tempted her, and it developed a curiosity. She was witnessing people climbing the hills and disappearing from there. Disappearing in the sense, after some time, she couldn't see where they are going. So she wanted to knew that. Then she decided to climb the mountain. Fortunately, she found a few mountaineers. They were already there. They are climbing the mountain. It's like an expedition, an adventurous activity like trekking with a purpose. Okay, expedition. They decided to let her join in the mountaineering. Gradually, she just sharpened her skill. She became good at that, and a change. We can find a change in Santosh Yadav's life because she decided to join the mountaineering institute, which train how to climb the mountain. That changed her life entirely. From these lines, we can understand that from very young age, she defied a lot of challenges that made her strong. and a determined person. As her college semesters end got delayed and she did not have time to visit home before reporting at the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, she went directly to the institute and wrote a letter of apology to her father because she had enrolled for the course without her father's permission. Santosh went on an expedition every year and improved her skills gradually. She developed immunity to cold weather and heights. Santosh had the qualities of physical strength, mental strength, and strong willpower. In 1992, 4 years after her first casual climb on the Araval Hills, she climbed Mount Everest. She was 20 years of age. Santosh became the youngest woman in the world to climb the peak. Her seniors were impressed by her qualities of physical strength, mental strength, and strong will. This passage is clearly explaining how she changed herself or became a skillful mountaineer. A change happened in her life. So, without the permission, she applied in the institute. Because of the delay of the semester end, she couldn't go back to her home and convince her parents. She directly went to the institute and sent an apology letter to her father. Then, step by step, she developed her skill as a mountaineer. She just started climbing mountains every year, and she also developed the immunity to enter in all the climates. And she just scaled Mount Everest 4 years after her first casual climb on the Araval Hills. So, within these 4 years, she developed all the necessities physical, mental strength. She earned it and she developed her skill as a mountaineer. She developed and climbed with other mountaineers, and all are impressed with her mental strength and physical strength and a strong willpower. Okay, whatever happens, she was not afraid. She has the courage to face it, and everyone was with impressed uh, with her courage. That's how she became the youngest woman in the world to climb the Mount Everest. All the credit goes to herself, her determination, her willpower to overcome all the struggles, all the difficulties on her path. She has to defy all the challenges posed by the society. She faced everything successfully and became an achiever. Her companions on expedition found her to be concerned for others and willing to work as a team. During the 1992 expedition to Everest, she tried to save a fellow climber but was unsuccessful. She was successful in saving another fellow climber, Mohan Singh, who fell short of oxygen by sharing her oxygen with him. Within the next year, she had joined a group of Indo-Nepalese mountaineer women. Then she climbed the peak the second time, became the only woman to have climbed the Mount Everest twice by the time. Santosh made India proud by getting her name recording in the historic records of mountaineering. The Indian government honored her achievement by giving her the Padma Shri award. So after the first climb, it was such a wonderful time for her. She just even tried to save a person and saved another person. Shows her concern about others and the teamwork. All are proud to be part of her team, and she is such a wonderful woman. For the second time, she climbed Mount Everest with some women, Indo-Nepalese women. With that team, she climbed and became the first women in the world climbed Mount Everest twice by the time. For her achievement, Indian government has awarded her Padma Shri, and the whole country is proud of her achievements. Santosh recollects her feelings when she was literally at the top of the world. She took time to realize that she had achieved something big. So it was quite difficult to explain that kind of an achievement she has done. She hoisted the Indian flag atop Mount Everest on the highest point of the world. She cannot put the great feeling into words, so it is quite difficult to explain. As I said earlier, she just placed or hoisted the Indian flag at the top of Mount Everest, considered to be the tallest place in the earth, and she became extremely happy. It is a kind of ecstasy she felt. She felt proud to be an Indian as she believes in preserving the environment. She did her bit by bringing down 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. From the last few lines, we can understand how she was concerned about the environment. On her way back, she even collected nearly 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. She was very much concerned about the environment. She has done her duty such a way. We all must proud of her, the person who made the whole country proud. And from her life, a lot of things we could understood, and she is really an inspiration. So the first part about Santosh Yadav's life is over. Now the second part, Maria Sharapova's life, that I will explain in the next class. Now just read this part of lesson, the life of Santosh Yadav. As usual, read the text thoroughly. Don't forget to have a dictionary. Mark the meaning of the words on the text itself. See you in the next class. Bye. Take care.